I'm not good. Rather, it's the worst days of my life. How about that?
Judge Mathis wants his wife back, and he's owning up to the fact that her filing for divorce is all on him. But he's quick to clarify, it's not because he cheated. Gregory Mathis, the star of Mathis Court with Judge Mathis, got served with divorce papers in mid-August when his wife of nearly 40 years, Linda Mathis, filed to end their marriage. Now he's coming forward, admitting that he's been neglecting her. In a candid interview with TMZ at LAX over the long weekend, Mathis said this.
I wanted to ask you, with news of the separation, how are you holding up?
Not holding up very well. I would say the other man. Maybe I'll be an example for other men, cautionary tale. Don't neglect your wife. See how me at the airport now, flying out, as I have for 40 or for 25 years. My wife has been third, serving the community, taping my show, having fun with friends. That's what happens, guys. Never be too busy or never have too much fun beyond your wife.
So I do want to ask, the date of separation is listed back to July 17th. Has this been coming for some time now, or was it something out the blue?
Well, ever since we started taping here in LA, I committed to staying home more and making my wife more of a priority. But as you see, I haven't. I'm still here on the road, doing the same thing. And in terms of going out into another city. But I was gone for 3 weeks. That's what July 17th meant.
When his new show started filming in LA in 2023, after years of shooting Judge Mathis in Chicago, he promised to spend more time at home and make his wife a priority. But as he admits, I haven't really done that. I'm still traveling, doing the same thing. Greg and Linda go way back to their college days and tied the knot in 1985, well before Judge Mathis hit the airwaves in 1999. The show ran until 2023, when his new series took over. In 2022, he even got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Now Mathis is setting the record straight about any rumors.
Would you say you two are in a good place right now, or able to maintain a friendship?
Oh yeah, we're still in the same house and we're maintaining a friendship. And I'm trying to get my wife back. I have to show her that though. Hopefully I can show her while we're there together before, and hopefully she doesn't complete the process. But I'm changing in hopes that she will. I'm gonna get my wife back. How about that?
Absolutely.
I just wanted to eliminate all them rumors too, that it's something about a baby or even me molesting a child. It's none of that. I've just told you what it is.
There were also, kind of some rumors of any infidelity. Did you want to clear that up at all? You say it's solely neglect.
Well, neglect can create suspicion, certainly. And if you're gone as much as I am, you have every right to suspect. You go to work, you go serving the community around the country, then you go with your guys to sporting events around the country, you go to other events except without your wife hanging with you and enjoying herself with you. And so, yeah, she would have a right to suspect infidelity.
But there's none of that going on.
That's not the purpose. That's not the reason for this.
But where are these infidelity rumors coming from? Well, let's go back a decade to when Wendy Williams accused Judge Mathis of infidelity and drug abuse. From his show, Judge Mathis always seems cool, calm, and controlled. But when he talked to Wendy, that wasn't the case. He fought back hard after she told him about rumors she heard around town about Mathis and his alleged secret lover.
What happened was, when she picked the red card, I showed her. I said, you know more about the streets than me now. I'm out the streets and you in it. Because she was right and I was wrong with the 3-card money.
If I had some cards, I would ask you to do that too. I don't feel as if there's anything wrong with that, Judge, because you know why? Well, look, I want to talk with you because here on this show, whether it's TV or radio, one thing that Wendy Williams does is keep it real with her audience. Now, my audience knows all about me and what I've been through, and what they don't know, I go into explicit details in my book. Now, that might not be true according to you about this woman that allegedly you slept with. You allegedly got her pregnant. Listen to let me draw up the skeleton, Judge, and then you fill in the meat.
Wendy, I didn't read that part. Now you making that up.
Okay, let me draw up.
WB BLS about to be sued for defamation. You gonna make some stuff.
Okay,
up here
Judge,
that
you
wasn't
are
even alleged.
Okay,
now, that's called defamation.
All right.
That's called defamation, Wendy.
Okay.
She did not allege that.
All right, look.
I'll tell you what she alleged, and it wasn't that.
All right, you tell me what she alleged,
She
Judge,
alleged
in
that-
all of your
she
anger.
alleged that I'm not angry.
Yes,
at
you
all.
are. Yes, you are.
I'm not angry.
Okay.
She
Go
said
ahead.
that she had had an encounter with me where I was getting high.
Doing
and that-
cocaine.
doing
Brought to you
cocaine,
by
which you've been addicted
Classic
to most of your
Throwback
life and
TV.
Still addicted to based on your nasal passages and all these days you're missing at work and going in
Okay.
and out of the bathroom right while I'm here in the
Okay.
studio. As I told you, I've never used
New York
cocaine
City,
in
are you
my
following
life.
me?
Listen, I've never used cocaine in my life.
Okay, well,
never
okay,
in my
tell
life.
me what else she alleged,
So,
Judge.
She also alleged that I asked her to sleep with my wife.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, and so, and if you want to believe that ridiculous nonsense, you feel free to. But and you want to keep fueling it when no one else has even asked me about
Well,
it.
nobody else keeps it real like
Everyone
this.
in the media knows that tabloids print trash, but every week that they pay people to come up with you or anyone in this studio
But
to
that
go
is-
to a
that is-
tabloid and tell them, I want to sell you a story on someone, and they'll buy it.
Right.
And if that's the type of stuff that you fuel on your show,
And part
feel
of-
free to. But I don't know what else
Judge,
you want me to tell
Judge,
you.
I also
other
got
than
it-
I didn't do it.
I also
and
got
I
it
have
from
nothing to do with it. And I
listen.
don't know the woman. Never met her. Never used cocaine. Now let's talk about fueling your stuff. You, on the other hand, have admitted to being addicted to cocaine.
Absolutely.
Secondly, you continue to show symptoms of your addiction.
Okay.
Lastly,
What
I
are those
heard that you
symptoms?
were-
Tell me.
These nasal passages you keep
Yes.
coughing up.
And I did
Secondly,
Afrin, and I did Afrin.
This eternal cold that you continue to have.
Yes,
that you
yes.
can't have to come to work because every other week,
Okay.
and now you even stupid so low as to blame it on your baby, your newborn. How low can you get? That's about as low as you can get to blame your child for your cocaine
Judge.
addiction. Then, lastly,
Judge.
your bisexual activity. I'm sure your audience want to know about that. I've heard that rumor.
I'm sure
And
my husband would
finally-
love
yeah,
that.
Yeah. Oh, he watches? Does he watch when you do it?
Yes, don't you know?
No, I don't know. I didn't know you were that low down. Lastly, we can continue with what I heard about all those abortions. Like 8? You had 8
Wow,
abortions? That's what I heard. That's the rumor.
It got very heated.
I'm not some of these soft guys you done had on here that you think you can talk anything to. I come from the hardest streets of America. And if you think you're going to send me back to the streets fueling these nonsensical rumors that come in
I'm
a
not
tabloid,
fueling
why don't you
anything,
talk
but I'm
about
just
the other
listening.
tabloid article where I'm supposed to have beaten up the Reverend, me and Reverend Jackson jumped on a preacher in L.A. You didn't see that?
No.
Or you just too fixated on and sex to discuss that? Is that your problem?
I
'Cause you
didn't
got
see
a
that
real
one.
fixation with and sex, and that's all you talk about from what I understand
Tell
on
us-
your show.
tell us
And
about
now we
the
know
beatdown.
why you had all those 8 abortions. My God, do you have any spirituality in you at all?
Tell
you
us
need to
about-
go to church. What church do you go
Tell
to?
us about
'Cause you
this.
need God in your life.
Tell us
That's
about
what you
the
need.
beatdown,
And I'm
Judge.
not mad. Anyone that knows my show know that I don't take any disrespect or I don't let anybody say anything they want to me without me checking them real strong and real tough. And that's what you're getting today, Wendy. You're getting a real good checking. All right, which is what you need, and quite frankly, it's overdue. You get folks on your show, and you just think you can talk and say anything you want to them. Well, that's what I do on my show, and my show has higher ratings than yours. So I'm trumping
It's very
you today.
interesting,
I'm
part of it.
trumping you today.
No, you're not
And I'm
trumping
letting
me,
you know
Judge.
That you're gonna have to listen. 'Cause I'm
You're
giving the
actually
orders.
not
I am
trumping
the
anything.
judge.
What me and my audience talk about we talk about on a regular basis, and it's actually very comical to me. All of the protesting you're doing, it's almost like that saying thou dost
Checking you. This
protest
is
too
called
much.
being checked. Understand me clearly. This is called when you think that you can just treat people unfairly and say what you want.
I am not
and
saying what I want to you.
and
I simply asked you about this
Let me tell you
woman,
what you've done.
and you immediately jumped
You tried to spit.
to the highest
I tell you
of
what I immediately
protestivity
did. I tell you what I
about
immediately did.
something
WBLS
WBLS New
I
York.
immediately told you that it was untrue, and I told you that it was tabloid trash, which all public figures have to endure.
Right.
And then you continue to want to talk about it for 10 more minutes. And I informed you that you were fueling rumors by continuing to talk about it,
because I wanted to
damaging my reputation. I'm not going to let you do that. And when you try to do that, you're going to get checked every time you do it. Are you clear on that? Or do I have to continue checking you over and over? Because I will. As long as I'm here and as long as you get out of order, I will check you.
So,
yeah.
So you don't know this woman?
There you go again. Are you still getting high? Because I just saw you leave the bathroom looking like you were getting high. In fact, you got white powder around your nose right now. Yes, you do. Ask your colleagues.
Okay, can we bring a close up?
Doesn't it look like you got white powder around her nose?
The VH1 camera.
You got powder around your nose. Let's take a look. It looks like it to me. Order in the court. Looks like you got white powder to me around your nose.
I don't know whether
you still a dope fiend. I need to check you in the rehab and pray for you.
Well,
you need help, sweetie.
Let's all get along.
Turn to Christ. He'll save you.
All right.
That's you go to.
Where's my deck of cards at?
You picked the wrong one this time, Wendy. That's all.
No, I think I picked the right one, baby.
That's right. You want to build your ratings up on me.
This is
you want to build your ratings up on a real star. That's right, baby.
Look, after this is over, are you and I still cool?
I kiss you now. We cool now.
No, I don't cheat on my husband. You know.
That's right. You know. Screw other women in front of him. That's what you admitted to a minute ago. Remember, you just said he watches while you screw women. Isn't that what you said on the air? Your listeners heard you. You want to deny it now? The way that I'm acting is that I came here today and then you tried to talk about it for 20 minutes after I dispelled it to you in 30 seconds. I've worked long and hard to overcome the streets of Detroit. I went from jail to the in 15 years to the youngest judge in America, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you or anybody else defame my reputation with this nonsense.
Were you backstage at the BET Awards with gators and all like that?
Continuing to fuel rumors that are untrue. That's why I'm checking you and anybody else to do it. And this nut over here that keeps making noise while I'm talking, I'm going to get on him in a minute. This little hood with his pants down below his butt like he got no respect for himself. At my butt, Judge? Showing his nasty drawers that he ain't even washed. Don't nobody want to see that. And he must don't know that that's what they wear in prison. I know because I've been there. And the people who wear it in prison are the homosexuals who want to be someone's wife.
Let me ask you
if that's what he wants to be, I get him a husband.
Were you backstage? Were you backstage at the BET Awards?
Anyway. I want you, Judge. How you doing? The loafers.
Judge, I want you, baby. Were you backstage at the BET Awards?
Anybody else want to get checked?
Flirting with the young girls.
I'm checking everybody here.
Were you backstage at the BET
Awards? The only person I was flirting with was my wife, and she was at my side every second. What woman did you hear I was supposed to be flirting with?
I just heard you were back there taking pictures and being charming.
Taking pictures and being charming. And for that, you called me flirting. See what I'm saying?
However, even today, there's a lot of people on the internet who seem to think Judge Mathis was lying back then and is lying now.
Let me tell you why Wendy is the GOAT. Because Wendy had no problem letting somebody, he's an Aries. Wendy had no problem letting somebody eat her up to make good ratings. You can't get good content like this on YouTube now. They way too sensitive now. They way too sensitive for this. She let him rant. He ran her down. But this was deflection. It feels like deflection, in my humble opinion. Now it's making me think I need to go back and read through Corinne Steffen's book again. I need to go back and read through the Wendy Williams autobiographies. I need to go back and do all that because a lot of that old tea is coming true today.
Even his previous interviews on his relationship with his wife are intriguing. That being said, it's not just his personal life where the judge is controversial. In a recent interview with The Griot, the Emmy-winning TV judge made it crystal clear who he's not rooting for in the 2024 election. And his main reason is to keep Donald Trump far away from the White House. He doesn't respect Black Americans, Mathis stated bluntly. And when Trump suggested that immigrants are coming to take Black jobs, Mathis shook his head at the disrespect.
Today, our cities are flooded with illegal aliens. Americans are being squeezed out of the labor force and their jobs are taken. By the way, you know who's taking the jobs that are created? 107% of those jobs are taken by illegal aliens. And you know who's being hurt the most by millions of people pouring into our country? The black population and the Hispanic population, because they're taking the jobs from our black population, our Hispanic population, and they're also taking them from unions. The unions are suffering because of it.
Back in 2023, two giants of daytime TV, Judge Mathis and the People's Court, both announced they'd be wrapping up after more than 2 decades on the air. This was his reaction when his show got canceled.
Hey folks, I'm sure by now you know that Warner Brothers is getting out of the Judge Show business, canceling me and People's Court. But the good news is the other studios aren't getting out of the Judge business. And as you can see with this robe still on, something might be happening real soon. And in fact, if it does happen, it's going to be, and it will, with a black studio this time. I want to be able to empower black businessmen and black studios so that they can hire more black people and put more black shows on the air. Because the commitments we've received from corporate America and Hollywood have been rescinded for the most part. One of the studios dismissed all the people of color and hired white males to take their places, reportedly. Others are dropping shows, as you see, when there's this push for African American images. Nonetheless, I'm happy to be able to announce to you that you're still gonna have me around, perhaps for a judge show, perhaps for a judge show and a talk show on political issues, or perhaps just a talk show. We'll have to wait and see. This week you'll hear.
Judge Mathis ended after an impressive 24 seasons, while the People's Court bows out after 26 seasons. The shows, produced by Warner Bros. TV, brought us Judge Greg Mathis and Judge Marilyn Millian, who presided over real-life disputes settled through binding arbitration.
My uncle and my aunt, and our relationship was fine up to June. Or one morning he busted in my room, talking about busted open the door. Excuse me, you could have knocked. He said, I could have knocked. He said, this is my house. I don't have to knock about nothing. We went and grabbed the big stick that he used to beat the dogs with and put it in. And I don't even want to talk to you, man. You disrespectful. Man.
How many times I told you the number one rule, no man is a bigger man than me in my house.
Crazy. He threw a knife at me and was like, let's do it.
That's not crazy. That's defending my house. You wouldn't have.
I'm your nephew, man.
You're not nothing to me. You
I understand that now.
And moved from the streets of Oakland to escape the gangs, plead out to you for help, and most of them stay there and try and survive and kill each other or destroy themselves. And yeah, I'm crying because I see myself in it. One thing to give a young man tough love, but where's the love? All I hear is toughness.
Since the divorce has been reported, this happy family seems to be falling apart, and many notable celebrities have spoken out about it. Heck, Steve Harvey even addressed it on his podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. For him to admit that. I love it.
They'll do second sometimes, not to another person.
To your job.
To your job, yeah.
Yeah. They'll do second because they know that job is the provision for the whole thing. But as long as your woman understands that this job is for us and for the betterment and upholding, they'll be second to that.
Yeah. And you could still
But right after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That entertainment thing though, man, that's just,
it's tough.
I'm sorry.
It's tough.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking.
What?
All you said was
No, I'm just saying just the entertainment business period and where your wife falls in that and how you need to be a better husband to make sure that she knows she's in the position,
you have to
priority.
You have to make
priority part of it.
Definitely has to be a priority in your.
Am I making sense?
Yeah, I mean, but I would say entertainment, sports, fame,
corporate
fame is not conducive to marriage.
Yeah,
it's just not, because even if something happens to famous people, they don't get to heal in private. All they dirty laundry is out in the air.
To disregarding his wife's emotional, physical needs.
Yeah.
And he's hopeful. He wants to work on it, it sounds like, and get it back on track. He wants his wife back. So that's good news. I mean,
But a man like that can do that. You know, he can do that.
Yeah.
Provided that that line he said now that y'all have to pay attention to.
Yeah.
He said, your job, all that. He say, fun
Partying with your friends. Yeah, having time with your friends, fun with your friends.
See,
yeah,
right? Got to make sure we talk about
that's
same
broad. Who is these?
See, that's all you got to do. You know, because I know Judge Mathis. Solid dude, man.
Yeah, he's
that brother has helped me
on our show.
In some dark moments, man. Every time he saw me under attack, he has called, text me with some form of advice. I mean, he watched one night somebody do something to me, and the biggest advice I ever got from anybody, he said, Steve, get out of here. You can't be big and small at the same time.
Oh,
he said,
that's
you
who
bigger
told
than
you
this.
that? Yeah, that was
Judge
good.
Mathis told me that.
Like
you can't
that.
be big and small at the same time. You getting up out of here. And I got up out of there, and that saved me.
Since the TMZ video dropped, there's been an outpouring of criticism for the judge. One fan wrote on Reddit, "Oh, he sounds sad. He let it slip that partying and hanging out with his friends contributed. I wonder if that's code for cheating. Either way, valuing your partner above everything else is important. Your party buddies aren't the people who sit by you in your hospital bed." While another added, "Nope. I promise you she's been begging him for time and attention for years, and he did dik-dak about it, just kept running the streets and taking her for granted. And maybe stepped out on her as well. That was some very careful, sketchy phrasing." What do you think really happened? Let us know in the comments below.